Hello everyone, welcome to the adktech integration. Before we come to the more complex integration scenario, we have to understand how we can work with the data within SAP Cloud Platform Integration or to the BTPI. This is exactly what this session is all about. So before proceeding, we all know that Apache Camel is working under the hood of SAP Cloud Platform Integration. Here onto the slide at the right side, you see that the message, it consists of the header, attachment, and body. So message consists of the three part, as you already saw it. Those who are coming from the process integration background, they are much more familiar with this message because message is the main thing which we are dealing into our integration scenario. Message is the things which we are sending from one place to the another. This is a fundamental entity that contains the data being carried out and routed in a camel. Messages are uniquely identified with an identifier of type Java, and its classical data type is a string. You can see java.lang.string. We have a header. It's a typical additional information, metadata, so to speak, that is associated with the message. Who is sending message? How the message is encoded. As we are onto the cloud environment, so authentication information should also be there into our header section. It is mainly the name value pair. Name is a unique case insensitive string, and as a value we are placing or we use as an object. So java.lang.object we are using to place the value inside the message through the header. So you understand, if it is an object, so we can pass any type of the messages into it. So basically this is a payload agnostic. Means any type of the message can be exchanged through the CPI. Either it's a text, binary, JPG file, any video file, anything can be moved from one place to the another via the CPI. If we are talking about the attachment, it's typically used for web services and mailing component. And body, you understand, body is the main part where we are placing our value into it. It contains the payload of the messages. Moving forward, we do have a additional data type that is called exchange, and this plays a very important role in the CPI or into the BTP. This is a message container during the routing, and you can see it consists exchange ID, MEP, message exchange pattern, exception, property, and in message and out messages. We already saw it in our previous slide, the message having a header, attachment, and the body. Moving forward, if we are talking about the message exchange pattern, we do have a new nomenclature provided by the SAP into the CPI. Previously, in our process integration, for the asynchronous or the synchronous messages, we do have async and sync was there. In the similar manner, here into the CPI or into the BTP, we do have in only, that is for the in-way messages that can be treated as asynchronous message, and we do have in out, that is the request and response messages that can be treated as a synchronous messages into the BTP and into the CPI. Moving ahead, exchange ID. You see, exchange ID is a unique ID that identifies the exchange from one step to the another step. That means the movement of the whole exchange container from one step to the another step. And one exchange ID is used to be provided into it so that it can get correlated with each other. Message exchange property, already explained earlier. In only exchange contains an in message only. In out exchange contain an in message and out messages containing reply for the caller. Suppose in case of the in only the in message will get filled into the exchange container, and in case of the in out, both in messages and out messages will get filled up. During the processing of the message from one step to the another, it's quite obvious the error can occur. If any error will get occur in between, the exception field will get filled into it. And one more field is there, that is a property which is very important. It is similar to the message header, but it lasts during the entire exchange. Means it is treated as a global variable in our message exchange, and it will move from one step to the another, and it lasts during the processing of the whole messages. It is a kind of location where you can place data while the message is being processed within the root. So this way we have seen with all the fields and what is this all about. Let's move further and see practically how to achieve it. Here we are going to pass the value through the SOAP sender. This is the SOAP sender we are going to use. In that we will be passing this value, and as an output we are going to get the whole message like this, and then we'll try to retrieve this value from the header section. So how we are going to design our iFlow? It would be like this. First of all, in our iFlow, there would be the to content modifier, and we are going to send a message through the SOAP UI. In the first content modifier, we are going to place the value into the message header, and the other whole body we are going to place into the exchange property. And into the second content modifier, we are going to retrieve the message from our first content modifier and we'll try to give it back to the SOAP sender as we are using the in and out message flow over here. In the first content modifier, we are going to define this variable in as an XPath. It's obviously java.lang. A string is there. And the same content modifier, we are going to place the value into the exchange property. And we are defining it with the curly braces in dot body. Now, in the second message content modifier, we are filling this message body. We are simply creating one XML tag here. Inside the XML tag with the $sign and the curly braces, we are, and property you able to see here, property is the keyword which has to be remembered because we are simply accessing the property field from the exchange message, and inside the property we are simply accessing this message field where we have placed our whole body, and from the header section we are simply accessing this in value what we have provided there into it. So we'll try to see with the help of our demo. So let me go on to the trial account of myself. Now you can see I am on our trial account. So let me create the flow from the scratch so that you guys are able to understand it properly. For that, I'm going into the design of myself into the integration server. I'm using this package for the demo purpose. So I just clicked on it. Getting open. So that's why it is taking a little bit time into it. Now you can see I'm in the integration suite. Inside my package, I'll go into my artifact. We'll go for edit. We'll create a integration flow here. Let me create a integration flow for you. This sender would be the SOAP UI, SAP CPI. I just provided this. Clicking on OK. Created. Let me open it. It's getting open. Now you see the integration flow has got created. Let me fill in. I'm naming it as a sender. Let me go for the edit first. And then after I could able to edit my iFlow. First of all, I am going into the sender and giving it a name. I can provide any name and putting it as a SOAP. Okay. Now just creating this flow, making the connection using SOAP 1.x. issue. Let me try it again. Try it again. I just come back because I'm getting some service issue. Getting inside again into it. My artifact. My it changed. Let me edit it again. So we need a two content modifiers. The content modifier. Okay. What I will do, I will simply create a connection. We provide the connection to it. HTML rest remain the same. Request reply. Yes, message sent. Done. Condition for TMB sizes. That's fine. Now connection with this content modifier. The content modifier and to the now. Let's come on to the first content modifier. We need to provide one which we defined here in, and we need to select the X path. Data type would be of java dot lang dot value would be the root element of our X path. That's it. Now let's move on to our exchange property. Here we need to provide the whole body as defined into our PPT earlier. So for that, just messaging name I am giving. This would be the expression. Data type would be the java dot lang dot string, and the value would be the dollar curly braces in dot body curly braces close. So this way we are defining the exchange property data type into it. Now let's move on to our second content modifier. Here into the second content modifier, as explained earlier, we are going to retrieve the data from our first content modifier. That simply we are going to create a XML tag here. Response. And in order to access, I explained there, in order to access, we need to define like property dot message. What we will do, go here, dollar curly braces property dot, and this second one is it should be into our smaller case. You can see property and header. It should be into the smaller case, and that's it for our iFlow for this scenario. So simply we'll go here and save it. It's getting saved. Depending on the server, it is taking little time to here getting saved. Now we are going to deploy our iFlow. Simply click here, deploy. So this way we'll create our iFlow and get it deploy onto the server. It's triggered for the deployment. Go to the monitoring section. You see, successfully deployed. Message we received. In between, we are going on to the monitoring section. Because of the internet connectivity, it's a bit slow for me today. Now you see in the manage content, integration content, simply click. some error. Into our iFlow again. Error is here. Again. Getting saved again. From the string, I just simply missed this string in between. Let me go to the monitoring section. Now you can see it's deployed. It's in the process of deploying. That's why we haven't get the endpoint as of now. Once it get deployed, we'll have an endpoint here. Now you can see the endpoint has came. We activate the trace so that we can able to see the log of it. Now we'll go and copy this endpoint. Then after we'll go into our SOAP UI and we'll provide a new endpoint into it. What value we were using? 4162,791. So we'll go here. BTP 200, okay. We'll go for the XML and you see we do have complete body as well as we extract the value from the header and provided it here. In the monitoring section as well, you can see message processed successfully, it's completed. So this way we'll try to work with the data along with the content modifier into the data processing into the CPI. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Be with us, and we'll gradually move forward and will provide you more detail with the other videos or with the other explanation onto the CPI or the integration thing. Thank you. Thanks a lot.